South Dakota State, veteran team. I cannot emphasize this enough. They're not afraid to come in here against a top 25 ranked team in Alabama who has just as much experience. They're going to fight. They're well coached. They're organized. They're disciplined. Them back. Going to the right, too. Tough move. Big time shot there for Mayo.
J.D. Davison. 7-0 run in the last 54 seconds for Alabama. Shackelford. 10-0 run. A very physical Bradley team on opening night. Next up, they'll play another mid-major power in Stephen F. Austin. That goes down low to Bediako. Just keep.
That Coach Richie Riley would like to see with another turnover. South Alabama's going to have to cut down on those if they're going to give themselves a chance from this surging Alabama team.
Nice bounce. Darius Miles brings it up the floor. Quinerly. Nice move. Feeds inside. Eventually Nicholls State and now South Alabama.
He said he's been through it all.
On the pick and pop. That's a 2. 57-54 Drake. Long 3 again. Ellis is J.D. Davison. And the lob at the other end. Grabs the rebound and goes. "20 seconds on the shot clock. Now 40 seconds on the game clock. Great pass on the bounce.
They won the SEC last year, and you're so familiar with that league, Sean. Where do you see them in the landscape of the SEC this year?
Conference in the country this season. The SEC is loaded from top to bottom.
J.D. Davis.
You saw it there on the opening possession. His ability to feel where the defensive player is, stay on balance, step underneath, and step through. If you're Alabama, that is not where Drew Timme can ever catch the ball. That close to the basket, because if he gets it there, it's over.
Jahvon Garrett.
Attention to Sasser. The value of getting the ball on the glass in this game cannot be overstated because the offensive rebound.
Ooh. Good pass. Gurley underneath.
Quinerly with Bediako setting that high screen for him, and we'll start it again. Quinerly, one of the best point guards in the country. 3-ball, Gary, Jahvon Gary.
Fabian White on both ends of the floor. Probably their best screener, a really good ball mover from the 4 position.
Watch out.
Yeah. And they are tremendous at running down misses. Those black jerseys rebound against one another.
There's that in-your-face defense. Jahvon Quinerly just ran into a wall. Then a quick pass down low, and a really...
Alabama and Tennessee felt like they had to get at least one of these games.
No, there's no question. Now, this game is far from... Says you who ate tacos for lunch in Memphis.
Somebody brought
Who does
tacos.
that?
Somebody
Who eats tacos for lunch in Memphis?
Somebody brought them today.
Put on a ton of weight since we first started evaluating him as a 14, 15-year-old, and that was part of the evaluation. You thought that he would fill out, and that just hasn't really been the case so far, but still only 17 years old.
Miles, it's Duran. Duran missing in the lane. And this ball kicked away to Jahvon Quinerly, another player that a lot of folks are interested in. Quinerly.
Defender had the basketball in front of him. Exactly what Coach Oates was talking to us about in that Memphis game. Defenders were getting beat off the dribble. Needs help. Defense has to come. Easy shots for the opponent in that regard. And be able to draw on that later on in the season. Alabama got off to a really good start. Hit their first.
Beautiful on the offensive glass. Luka Brajkovic pulling the offensive rebound, rear pivoting and finding a way to the cup.
A foul and one.
Floater in the paint.
But Quinerly comes back, misses the shot. Rebound Gary, back to Quinerly, inside. Alone for 3. No. Coach Yoda was wide open, just couldn't can it.
Davidson doing a good job getting back, showing Alabama's bodies.
No. Rebound pulled right down cleanly by Bediako. And Bama resets the offense. Quinerly. Oh, they lost Bediako.
Knight. 60% though on the year is Kamwa. Ellis will launch.
On Ellis.
Quinerly, another touch pass. It is simple. The Holy Spirit, please.
I don't think Nate's going to complicate this thing up at all. I think he's going to keep those guards spread. Going to set a middle ball screen, some with Bediako. Let guys make plays.
Oh, what
there
a pass! I think I did. I slept through a couple of them, but yeah.
That's just not right.
I think so. Here's Gurley. They get inside, and it's turned over by C.J. Felder. Nice dish.
Yeah.
And a finish.
Under 20 seconds to go. Tag need a 3. And Mizzou back in front by 2. Yeah, it feels like Alabama at any point in time, they flip a switch. Here's a 3, there's a turnover, there's another 3, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, they go on a 12-2 run. Miles left open.
Asked me, are you sure Jabari Smith is going to overcome Ted Holmgren and Mount Carroll for the #1 pick? I am absolutely convinced.
Like that within 4 seconds. Auburn's on top 2-zip, and that guy plays with as much energy as anyone in the nation. Jahvon Gary to the hole.
Basket. A lot of times when it's not going your way, you want to settle and just throw up a lot of three-point shots. Instead, they're maintaining their aggressiveness off the bounce.
Ellis. Rebound today against one of the top rebounding teams in the league. That's Brooks on the offensive rebound and stick back.
You know, he did a great job of reading the double team, and then he split it. The double team came late, and he's just too big down there for any of the Alabama guards.
Davison on a triple!
Over the top.
That's right. Alabama trying to take this possession over the top, make it a 2-possession lead. Wide open 3. Shackelford! Pickett to the basket and shoots that one off the side of the backboard. Davison all the way.
You got to get a bucket. You got to make a post move. What's your move?
Right.
What do you feel? What do you want to do? And then perfect that. Build off that.
Corner, no. And a rebound hauled in. That's Britton Johnson in the game for Alabama. Did not expect to see him this early or at all.
Coach Oates trying to send a message.
That's definitely a message. Johnson on the layup.
Bridges lost a handle on it. Turn it around on the block. Edders saves it right to Bama. And Keon Ellis. Back to Ellis. Here we go. Up and in.
Man, is that explosive. Remember, he's not even full speed dealing with the bruised tailbone, but that was an extra gear. Gary, the roll, that's pretty. He lays, and he played right through his chest.
And then he got back on defense. Shackelford spun him. Minute 30 to go. Quinerly has the ball out top. He's been really good so far with a dozen. Bounce pass, and away. Ready to Carter Sobera with a 3-point play. They were going home happy, now they're going home delirious.
Changes the tempo and the temperature of the game.
And you just don't lose a ton with Green on the defensive end. Shaq straight on. He was looking for a foul. I didn't see any contact. Gurley will try again. That's better. Here's Tata. Bama only one make in its last 7. The lob. Whoa!
Tom, this building was hot last Saturday night against Baylor. It feels just as hot tonight with Kentucky on the road.
It's an Alabama team that has been its best against the best. This country 5 top 15 wins. They immediately go inside.
Alabama's going to finish with at least 95. This was, you don't want to say it's a must-win game. They're in good shape for the tournament, but this is a get-right game. They needed a win, a hard-earned win on the road. They'd lost 4 straight away from the Coleman Coliseum.
Somewhat of a nervousness, at least making them make plays.
Morrell tried a 3 from the corner. That was contested. Alabama will exhibit some patience in the front court.
You've got Quinerly, you've got Shackelford, you've got Davison all on the floor.
Gosh, what a night. What a night. If you like guard play, folks, I'm glad you tuned in. Yeah, back and forth, both sides guards are filling it up.
Yeah, we got shot makers tonight.
Yeah.
We got shot makers that are hitting all kinds of shots, and that I understand we're having some technical issues with John's mic. We'll get that squared away momentarily. 9.5 to play, and Oxford 9. So it's been some 13 years the last time that has happened. And so, yeah, they go 1-2, and again, a lot of people want to know when are we going to see last year's Alabama squad. That's what I'm talking about. There are times where Matthew Morrell flashes and looks like one of the best guards in this league.
Well, he's a terrific athlete. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful. When he's got it up front and the jump shot's going, and you just saw what he could do athletically around the rim. Hey, anybody who scores 31 in a ball game in a conference game like he did against Mississippi State, impressive.
And you start hearing things like back surgery. You're saying, okay, well, we're not going to see him the rest of the year. And then they were talking, well, maybe in March. Sounded like the best case scenario. The fact that he's here.
Misses from 3.
He's got him a closet of sport jackets as well,
yes,
Gary
he does.
Blair.
Miles
before they get out of it. Well, Arkansas has gone on a little bit of run, and you know what Alabama did? They went to a man.
Bediako, nice finish. Jumper by Stanley Amude as Arkansas looks for someone to pick up the slack with Note on the bench. Here's J.D. Davison. Got it.
Yeah, if a run happens, yes.
Yeah.
And if your team is struggling offensively, yes, then Note has to come back on the court.
Bama's made 4 threes in this one. Here's Holt. And Bacon.
But Iverson Molinar is going to have to force himself into this game offensively with a high IQ. Not with bad shots. He's got to force himself into this game.
Davison has to lob it into Quinerly. Bediako left alone. Little pinball action. 3 on the shot clock. Bama comes out with it.
Good fight by Miles. Not a guy that's known as a fighter.
Lob. Bediako foul! Molinar's 2 buckets came on baseline jumpers in the first half. That time it wouldn't go. High off.
Miles just shut it off. The walk.
Yep, Jeffries got away with it. Then a bad shot. Bediako takes it off the carom. Bama is only 6 for 11 at the rim. Most of those misses coming up the offensive in your bracket in the NCAA tournament. You're going to worry.
Yeah.
And you just wonder which Alabama team would show up on any given night. To Seth's point, 4 assists on 11 field goals. Well, there's a 3 and make it. It's DJ Jeffries.
And they're making 4 a game in conference play. You talked about Cam Carter getting the start tonight for Mississippi State. Only has played like 2 or 3 minutes in the last 3 or 4 ball games, but
in the pregame warm-up, and it pays off on his first attempt.
Yeah, I mentioned that 27-point game against Kansas. You can get some numbers.
Corner high, running a 3-game winning streak since the loss to Kentucky. Wins over Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Mississippi State. A tight one the other night. Clear it. Ellis got it through.
That's what they're going to have to do if they want to win this basketball game.
Davison turns into a double team. Robbins there to attack. Battle for the basketball. Comes out to Quinerly. Behind the back to Rojas. Take on Arkansas. That is a great lineup. Friday Night Heights right here on the network. Easiest basket.
No inside the paint touch on a drive or a post up. Just dribbling around the perimeter for a long jumper. Not going to get it done.
Blind pass. Quinerly to Shackelford. Oh.
There's that zone. You'll see it'll start off looking like a 1-3-1 because the back guys come up so high, but it's a 2-3 zone, a lot like what Syracuse does. It's not a plan.
There's one thing everybody agrees on from the Carolina side. They believe Devin Carter is going to be a really good player in time. Alley-oop this year.
You look at him and you think offense, 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 but every time you and I talk to him, it seems like the whole conversation is about defense and what they're doing good defensively or not doing defensively.
Rojas, a senior.
They're not keeping him out of the lane, so now your defense is chasing and chasing. Gordon passed up the shot. Jackson then delivers.
24 for Jackson, his career high.
Now Wilkinson lost it going up, and a turnover by LSU. A whole lot of ball movement, and then in the end, turnover. Ooh, Quinerly with a nice move. Locates Ellis. Extra pass. Davison for three. Book it.
And then the Crimson Tide went on a nice little roll. And they haven't looked back since. Here's Shackelford.
Become a better team shooting on the front court. So it'll be interesting to see if they can spread the floor and get some of their guards down here.